You are not your past. The ancient science of change. Imagine a room filled with eager listeners ready to transform their lives. The myth of the unchangeable self. Good morning, dear friends. Let me begin with a story. One as old as time itself. There was once a caterpillar, bound to the earth, crawling slowly through the dirt. It lived in the shadows, unaware of the wings it carried within. One day, instinct compelled it to spin a cocoon. For weeks it dissolved into chaos, a liquid mess of cells, DNA, and possibility. Then one morning, it emerged not as a creature of the ground, but as a butterfly, soaring on currents of air it once believed were beyond its reach. This is not just a tale of transformation, it is your story. For centuries, humanity has been shackled by a lie, the lie that we are prisoners of our past, that our genetics, traumas, mistakes, or conditioning define us, that we are fixed, static, unchangeable. But what if I told you that the greatest scientific discoveries and ancient spiritual truths all whisper the same revolutionary message? You are not your past. You are the architect of your future. Today, we will dismantle the chains of yesterday. We will explore the marriage of cutting-edge science and timeless wisdom to reveal how you can rewrite your destiny. This is not theory. This is a manual for rebirth, the neuroscience of liberation, rewiring your brain. Let's start with your brain, the 3-pound universe inside your skull. For decades, science believed the brain was hardwired by adulthood. But breakthroughs in neuroplasticity have shattered this myth. Your brain is a garden. Every thought, habit, and emotion is a seed. Repetition waters these seeds, turning them into neural pathways, roads your mind travels automatically. A pessimist's brain, for example, becomes a maze of can't and won't. But here's the miracle. You can plant new seeds. When you consciously choose gratitude over complaint, curiosity over fear, or love over resentment, you forge new pathways. It's like carving a trail through a dense forest. At first, it's arduous, but with repetition, that trail becomes a highway. Old pathways, unused, wither away. This is how addicts recover, how trauma survivors heal, and how ordinary people become extraordinary. Action step. For the next 30 days, replace one negative thought with a positive affirmation. Each time you do, you're not just thinking happy, you're sculpting your brain. Epigenetics. Your genes are not your jailer. Next, let's dismantle the myth of genetic determinism. You've heard it before. Diabetes runs in my family. We're just anxious people. But epigenetics, the study of how environment influences gene expression, proves that genes are not fate, they're options. Imagine your DNA as a piano. You inherit the keys, but you choose the song. Stress, diet, relationships, and even your thoughts act like sheet music, determining which genes are played. Studies show that mindfulness practices can downregulate inflammation genes. Exercise can activate longevity genes. Even the placebo effect, a sugar pill curing illness, reveals that belief can rewrite biology. The takeaway: you are not a victim of your ancestry. You are a conductor. Every choice, what you eat, how you move, the energy you cultivate, is a baton in your hand, directing the symphony of your cells. Quantum physics and the power of consciousness. Now let's venture into the quantum realm, a world where particles exist as probabilities until observed. Here, the observer changes the observed. Your consciousness isn't just a passive witness, it's a creator. Ancient mystics understood this. The Hindu Vedas speak of Tat Tvam, Asi, thou art, that implying that your awareness is woven into the fabric of reality. What does this mean for you? Every time you dwell on lack, you collapse infinite possibilities into scarcity. But when you focus on abundance, health, or joy, you pull those potentials into reality. Your thoughts are not fleeting whispers, they are forces. Exercise. Each morning, close your eyes and visualize your ideal day. Feel the emotions as if it's already happened. You're not daydreaming, you're programming the quantum field. Ancient wisdom. The blueprint for reinvention, long before labs and microscopes. Sages unlocked these truths through introspection. Buddhism, the concept of anicca, impermanence, teaches that all things change. Your past self is as fleeting as a cloud. Stoicism, Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. Your power lies in response, not circumstance." Taoism, flow like water. Water adapts, reshapes, and persists. So can you? These traditions didn't just preach change, they systematized it. Meditation, breathwork, and ritual were their tools. Today, we call these tools neurohacks. Case study, a 2023 study found that monks who practiced compassion meditation had 800% more gamma brain waves linked to heightened consciousness than average subjects. Their past, irrelevant. Their practice, transformative. The alchemy of emotion, turning pain into power. Here's where many falter. We intellectualize change, but avoid the heart. Yet emotion is the bridge between thought and manifestation. Your body is a biochemical laboratory. Anger releases cortisol, corroding your cells. Love releases oxytocin, healing them. But deeper still, emotions are memories. When you react to a present moment with old pain, you're time traveling. You're letting yesterday hijack today. The solution? Feel to heal. Sit with unresolved grief, fear, or shame. Not as a victim, but as a scientist. Observe the sensation. Breathe into it. Then ask, does this emotion belong to me, or to a version of me that no longer exists? Or practice write a letter to your past self. Forgive them, thank them, then burn the letter. You're not erasing history, you're reclaiming your energy. VI, the hero's journey. Embracing the process. Transformation is not a straight line, it's a spiral, a cycle of death and rebirth. You will stumble. In myth, the hero faces dragons not to slay them, but to discover their own strength. Your dragons, addiction, self-doubt, trauma, are gatekeepers. They ask, how badly do you want this? Every relapse is data. Every setback is a lesson. The woman who falls 9 times but rises 10 is not failing. She's mastering resilience. Via crafting your new identity. Finally, who do you want to be? Not better or fixed, but reborn. Identity is a story you tell yourself. Change the narrative, and you change everything. If you see yourself as unworthy, your actions will mirror that. But if you declare, I am a vessel of limitless potential, your behavior aligns. Ritual. Create a mantra. Mine is, I am not who I was. I am who I choose to become. Repeat it until it seeps into your bones. Conclusion. The invitation, and so, dear friends, we return to the butterfly. It did not apologize for its time in the dirt. It did not cling to its cocoon. It understood the past was not a life sentence, it was a cocoon. You stand at the threshold of your own metamorphosis. The science is clear. The ancients agree. The power is yours. Will it be easy? No. Will it be worth it? Absolutely. The question is not, can you change? The question is, what version of you is waiting to emerge? Go. Spin your cocoon. Dissolve the old. And when the time comes, spread your wings. The sky is waiting.